And we check back in now with Mike Eppel over at 680 News with the latest on business. No sleepy eyes on the morning markets this morning, right?
No, everybody's up and at 'em and buying stocks early on. By the way, Tammy, I'm with you. I took the dog for a walk last night at 7 o'clock, still daylight. Love the switch on the time change.
Yeah,
it's just me.
Great. I love it.
Yeah, everybody's in a good mood on the market this morning, Tammy. We saw some records on Friday. NASDAQ was up. The Dow was up 440. Bay Street was buying. It's all about the economic signals coming in to start the year, which have been very strong out of the United States, and that has been a catalyst for investor optimism. In fact, this morning, we've already got shares of Apple at a record high north of $180 per share. Apple is now worth collectively $913 billion. Could be the first to hit that $1 trillion threshold. Amazon is getting closer too, as Amazon shares up to almost $1,600 per share this morning, a record, and worth $713 billion. So Jeff Bezos gets richer by the moment. We've got the Canadian dollar trading this morning at 78 cents. If you're heading away for a March break travel stateside, you're looking at an exchange rate this morning at $1.28. And of course, you have to tack on the exchange rate service charges at the banks, about 3 cents there, so around $1.31 to exchange your cash. Might get a little cheaper to fly to Europe this summer. Globe and Mail reporting this morning that Norwegian Air has filed the paperwork for a permit to fly out of either Toronto or Montreal, likely both to destinations overseas, and that would bring in another low-cost carrier in an already fairly crowded marketplace. You've got WOW Air, and along with another one called Primera Air, which is going to start out of Montreal service in June, and another one called Level, which is going to start service sometime this summer, part of the IAG group. Bring in the mix, Air Canada, WestJet, Air Transat, so a lot of choice potentially for overseas destinations coming up this year. And also a little bit of a red flag coming out of the International Bank of Settlements Bank, saying this morning that Canadian debt levels are too high. We've heard this before. It's all about what kind of debt we are carrying and whether or not we can service those debt loads. Something to watch, though, with a rising interest rate environment. That is it from here. Hey, we'll send it over to Sid. Good morning, Mr. Sixero.
Mr. Apple, good morning. One more time. How much is Apple worth?
$913 billion.
You know, one day things are going to break their way at Apple.
Yeah, they might have a future.
Thanks, Mike. Good to see you on a Monday.